Hey everyone, I'm Becky,
And I'm Sarah.
and we're doing Bickering Book Reviews. Today we're talking about Bride by Ali Hazelwood, which I think I got the arc off of either NetGalley or Edelweiss a very, very long time ago, but I ended up buying the audio on Audible, and that's how I listened to it.
I read it off Libby.
This is an older title. So this is like Ali Hazelwood's, I think, only supernatural, a paranormal romance. I remember I feel like when I was in college, there used to be like a paranormal romance section at the bookstore. I don't know if they still do that. And I feel like some libraries had a paranormal romance section. Um, but that's a whole other video right there. So this book is about Misery, and Misery is a vampire. And she's like very high up in the vampire community, but her father kind of treats her like a spare and doesn't really care about her. And she had to go be the collateral with the humans for a while, so there wouldn't be a vampire war. And now, basically, they're trying to kind of form, and it's not really an alliance, basically like a ceasefire with the werewolves. So they're like, guess what? You're marrying this powerful werewolf. Suck it up. And she's gonna tell them no, but then it turns out that this powerful werewolf might be connected to her best friend, who's human, who disappeared recently. And so she marries Lo, who she meets at the wedding, and she goes to live with him in werewolf territory. And he's like kind of avoiding her and doesn't want to talk to her or be around her. And the longer she's there, she finds out like secrets of his pack, and she's trying to find information about what he might know about what happened to her friends. And she forms what I think is a hilarious friendship with his little sister. But as these things do, there's an attraction that develops, and there's romance and biting and stuff.
Fighting and stuff.
There is.
There is. That is an accurate statement. I don't know. I mean, I love Ellie Hazelwood's characters. Like, especially her main female leads. Like, I love that they're smart and they're funny and they're just I don't even like. There's a word for it, but they're just so like flippant about everything. Like, I don't know. I
There's
love it.
have personality. Like Misery has personality. And
Yeah.
you're in their heads. So you get that one-on-one with them, which makes you feel like you know them, and it makes them feel more developed. At least
Yeah.
I think.
I know,
Because
I didn't agree with that. And like this one, you didn't need like because this was only told from Misery's perspective, so you don't get Lowe's perspective, which I was fine with.
yeah,
Like you
every
didn't
so
need that.
often you kind of get like a perspective,
That's true. That's true.
but
There,
it's
yes,
very like it's like maybe like a tenth of the book.
yeah.
Whereas like a lot often you get like both, like it's very much both sides.
Yeah.
I
And
just
I did
like
like the interactions between Misery and the sister. Those were funny.
yeah,
Misery interactions with everybody is kind of funny. Like even
she doesn't know how to do it.
yeah, it's
Like
good. It's good.
she's like, I don't know what's going on. So yeah, it is funny.
I expected a little bit more spice in this book than there was. I mean, it's there. It's just, I don't know, like maybe because of the other books that I've been reading, like there were more spicy scenes than in this book. It took a while to like get there.
I think
But
it's yeah. But I'm okay with
like
that.
it's fine. Like there was nothing wrong with it. It's just like if you're expecting spicy to happen right away, that is not the case in this
No.
book.
Well, and I mean and I feel like there's a lot of like vampire werewolf like lore. And so it kind of has to follow that trajectory. I really love the cover of this book. Um, See, I would have picked up the book based on the cover.
I would too, but that's because I love shifter books. Like that's my jam. Like that's my trope. Like I love that. And so that's kind of why I was a little bit disappointed by the like fantasy elements in this book. Like I liked more of the computer geeky, like sciency, STEM kind of stuff and like the character interactions, but the actual fantasy elements, I don't know, I like was missing her other books.
Well, and maybe that's because like your brain is kind of like when you pick up an Ali Hazelwood, you're expecting something.
Yeah, or and also maybe because it definitely reads different than a traditional like romance, not romance, vampire shifter kind of, it felt different, like it felt unique. It was very
Yeah.
different from that, is what it felt like to me. And so it isn't, you're not finding what you typically expect to find. It's a little different. And maybe that's why it just it didn't work for me in that way because it wasn't what I expected.
And I've read like shifter books. I don't know how many books I've read that are a vampire shifter romance. I feel like,
Yeah, no, and there aren't many
and I don't
it,
think I've read a lot of
that
like
I've read.
other than like the big vampire romance books that everybody have read. I don't think I've read that many vampire romance books. I feel like there's just more werewolf ones.
Because I love werewolf ones.
Yeah. I guess the Sherilyn Kenyon stuff is kind of vampire-y. Kind of. Anyway, that I
Anyway,
digress.
but yeah, the fantasy elements didn't work so much for me. But I mean, they were solid because she's a solid writer. I mean, like, it works. It's just not for me, you
Well,
know?
and since you're in Misery's head, it did to me, it took like a while for Lo to become completely like redeemed, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because like because you are in her head and you're seeing stuff through her perspective. But I thought it was funny, and like I told you, I love there's a part where she's talking about she read his little sister Anna a book about like a llama that's being bullied by a billy goat, and I'm like, I know what book that is.
Yeah.
But and I thought the stuff with Anna was hilarious.
No, I agree. I did like the Anna stuff.
I feel like I don't really have much to say. Like I enjoyed it. I thought it was funny. I thought it moved quickly. It's a really good audiobook. I thought the spicy stuff was spicy enough. So we just
Yeah.
read it.
Yeah, we can just read it. Yeah.
So our rating starts at the top with 5 unicorns. We go down to 2 unicorns. If we don't like it, it's a horse.
So I'm at three unicorns. I mean, it's an Ali Hazelwood book. It's great. Like I said, I'm not at a four where I typically am with her because I wasn't really a big fan of the fantasy elements, but overall, I mean, it's a good book, and if there are more in the world, I'd probably read them.
I
Yeah,
think there's going to be a sequel because I kind of Googled it after because I had read it when it first came out, and then I reread it for this, and I'm like, I think there's going to something I saw like a clip of her talking about. I think there's going to be a sequel, and the ending sets up a sequel. At least
yeah,
I
it
think
does.
the ending sets up a
Yeah,
sequel.
it does.
I enjoyed it. I am at a 4. I thought it was fun. I thought it was funny. There are things I expect when I read a Hazelwood book, and it was all there, so I was good.
Cool.
And that is where we are on Bride by Ali Hazelwood, and we'll see you around.
See ya.
Bye.